This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning. This is Jack from the Art of Charting.net, or rather, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 27th of September. My disclaimer: I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope that you will take some of what I'm doing and learn for it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right? Okay. We have a really nice looking overall rising wedge here on ES, and we've got the same thing on SPX. Is it going to go higher? Well, wedges do overthrow. So we could go a bit higher. There are some indications that we might need to go a little higher, but not necessarily on ES or SPX. On NQ, don't have a really obvious resistance trend line here yet. We could reach one though. Hang on, wait a second. Bear with me a moment. That would be the obvious trend line. If we were to reach it. So I am wondering if we might reach that. And there are some indications that we do have some upside targets here, though not really on ES. So hang on, wait a second. Right. That would be the obvious trend line on NQ. So that would be up at about the 2750 area. So let's have a quick look at RTY. Now, RTY, we've been forming a possible bull flag all week. Hang on, bear with me, right? Okay. That bull flag is broken up. I am wondering about a retest of this high. YM. This looks stalled. Beautiful double top here, but we could go a little higher. DAX and STX. DAX has gone higher and is over already. We had some negative divergence here. We had a sell signal here. We did have a sell signal here, and that sell signal has failed. We've gone a little higher, or at least it's trying to fail at the moment. I'm not quite sure it's failed until the end of the hour. And ESTX, retesting this high here, may need to go to this retest of this high here, which is in about 51.25 area. No, actually, it's kind of reaching it now. Yeah, very slightly below it. So I'm thinking there are targets a little higher. We've got a beautiful wedge on ES, and I mentioned a few days ago that there was a trend line that I was watching on SPX, and here it is. It hit it. So we have a lovely wedge both on ES and on SPX, and really, I'm kind of expecting it to hold. We could see a little overthrow on it, but I'm not really seeing more than that. But I am thinking RTY might go up significantly. Looking at the hourly chart, the RSI 14 the weak RSI 14 sell signal failed. We've got another possible weak one forming now. On the ES chart, we've now got a possible weak RSI 5 sell signal brewing. It's not great, but it's not bad. And we've got exactly the same thing on SPX. Nowhere near the upper band, and absolutely nowhere near the 3SD upper band. Let's have a look at the NDX chart. Now, looking at the NDX chart, I don't have, I've sketched in the obvious trend lines here. One of them we've already hit. So that would be the lower one on the NQ one, which we haven't hit on NQ, but we have hit it on NDX. So we could go higher. We could see a line from there, go a bit higher, but really, this could well be done to the upside. On the hourly chart, no current divergence. On the daily chart, we never saw that we saw on Dow and on SPX, so we're still looking pretty overbought, but there's no current negative divergence on the chart here. Let's have a look at let's have a look at Dow. Dow, no particularly obvious overall pattern here. I was drawing on this last night. We've got it on SPX, but if we were to see that on Dow, that would be significantly higher. We've got a couple of trend lines here I'm drawing in. Yeah, but at minimum, I'd be looking really for possible test of that if we were to form a nice pattern on here. It's if we were to go to the the hourly chart, we do have a trend line on that, and that is this big trend line here. So that is looking pretty nice, and we've already had it. And actually, Looking at it, I was thinking this had actually overthrown slightly already. Has it? No, it's pretty much an exact touch. So I'm really liking that one. And on Dow, we've now got, as soon as we retest this high, which we haven't quite done so yet, but we have done it on the YM overnight, we will have another possible RSI 5 sell signal brewing there on the daily. What does this amount to? Well, I am thinking that there's a reason to go higher on IWM particularly. So we will see how that goes. I've drawn in a couple of lines above. In terms of the flag, the target really would be a retest of this high here at 227.85. That could set up a nice looking double top. We're not going to get a sell signal here on the RSI 5. So we've got divergence on SPX and Dow, but we haven't got it on IWM or NDX. We will see, but I got to say, I really like the rising wedge on SPX and ES. I like the rising wedge on Dow. At the very minimum, given everything we've got here, we've got the SPX ADP, we've got the volume spike. Both of these are leaning towards retracement or consolidation. At the very least, I'm not expecting to see much upside really on either of those. Retest the high, possibly a little higher on Dow, and obviously wedges can overthrow. But really, the balance of evidence is suggesting that we're going to see some retracement or consolidation from here. So I don't think we are that far away from short-term highs. Could it just be a bit of a retracement and go higher? Yes, it could. So we shall see. DAX, we've gone a little higher, and we are not improving our overall double top setup here, but I think we will see how it goes. We've got a possible daily RSI 5 sell signal break now on Nikkei. Nikkei has got over the 100 DMA, and this has opened up the upside potentially. So we shall see. We could be just retesting the 39.1K, setting up a double top, but we will see. Bigger picture. What are my thoughts there? Well, the market did get what I wanted in terms of the interest rate reductions and what they're proposing to do in December, and that may well get delivered as well. But we've got some really nice patterns here, some negative divergence, and we've got some indicators suggesting consolidation here. I'm expecting to see consolidation at least, or very possibly a decent retracement over the next couple of weeks. We don't have a pattern set up for it yet. We could develop one, but at the very least, I wouldn't be doing much to the wrong side here. I'd be mainly looking short. So we shall see. All right, let's have a look at the DX chart. Still got a very nice looking double bottom. We will see how that goes, but we are waiting to see whether or not we're going to break down from it. We do have some positive divergence here on the daily chart. ZB has reached the monthly pivot. I was saying that it might well reach the monthly pivot when we were up here, and it's reached it as support, setting the monthly pivot for one more trading day after today. But we do have a TNX hourly sell signal, and at the moment that is playing out. On the bigger picture, we've got a buy signal on the daily TNX chart, and I'm expecting to see a rally here, and then in all probability head down afterwards. I hope you guys read my post I did yesterday on CL and natural gas, talking about the bigger picture there. I think CL might be one of the top longs of the year next year. We will see how that goes. In the short term, we've got a 60-minute buy signal fixed, and we're seeing a bit of a rally. NG, 60-minute buy signal fixed. Could we retest the high here and set up a double top? I'm wondering if we could, yeah. So we will see. Bigger picture, I'm leaning towards the downside unless we see a conviction break over 2.9. So if we see that, then the triangle that I was talking about yesterday starts to die. If we see a topping pattern form here and break down, then the obvious target very much is 2. And bigger picture, we're probably going to break down through that in the not too distant future after that. GC has gone higher, 60-minute sell signal fixed, hasn't made a blind bit of difference so far. SI, no current divergence, holding a nice support trend line here in about the 31.85 area. HG, has gone higher. Tiny bit of negative divergence here, the weakest of weak 60-minute sell signals. Not reading a great deal into that at the moment. Looking at, let's move on to KC. Oh, USD, by the way, we retested this high. We've now got a nice looking double top. That could be the basis for a nice US dollar rally here with a nice double top here, nice double bottom on US dollar, and a nice looking double top here on USD. On KC, very nice looking double top here, 60-minute sell signal fixed. SB, saw a retracement here, sell signal made target. Possibly forming a head and shoulders. But I don't think we've quite reached my upside targets yet, but we're getting close. CC, sharp retracement off the high yesterday. We'd already retested this high. No current positive, no current divergence, no current topping pattern. Leaning towards the upside after a retracement. Wheat. Almost retested the high, still expecting to see that retest. Corn has gone higher, possible little level top here, nothing compelling saying this is about to reverse back down again. Soy, nice looking little level top here. Again, we've got a tiny bit of negative divergence here. I haven't marked it in, but it's already made the possible near miss target if it's valid. Could be topping action here, nice looking potential little level top. CT. 60-minute sell signal has made target, and we broke down from this double top. We saw a rally, and we've made the minimum target already. Keeping an open mind on the bigger picture, leaning towards seeing some more upside. We've still got a double bottom target with a minimum in the 75.1 area. Looking at live cattle. Live cattle heading up towards the target here in the 186 area. We've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed, and this is a possible little low top. We haven't quite made that target, and usually we would. Lumber, leaning towards seeing a retest of this high here at 547.89. And lean hogs. Okay, we might not be able to give you lean hogs right now. Okay, looking at, hang on, let's just have a quick look at questions. No questions. Let's have a look at bottom line is this. We've got a lovely looking rising wedge on SPX. We've got a lovely looking one on ES. Got a very nice pattern set up on Dow. We've got indicators suggesting retracement or consolidation for a couple of weeks. I'm not expecting to see much more upside on either, although wedges obviously can overthrow. But these are nice patterns. We've got negative divergence on the daily chart. We've got indicators saying retracement or consolidation. I wouldn't be short-term long here. But we will see. It is a Friday. Don't know if we're going to see much here. We do have some indication from RTY that we are going to see some more upside. I'm thinking we see that on RTY. I'm not expecting to see a great deal on SPX and Dow, and then we'll see what happens next week. All right, great. In that case, my pleasure as always, guys. We will see what happens over the weekend. Sorry, we'll see what happens today and early next week. But I'm waiting to see whether we will see this retracement and consolidation. I'm expecting to see it. So we will see. All right, great. Might have a post out today, and everyone have a great weekend. All right, cheers.